Lerato used to be that girl who arrived at church before everyone else. She loved the sound of worship warming up the air, the aunties adjusting each other's headscarves, the children running between the pews. Church wasn't just a place, it was home for her. She used to say that if heaven feels like this, that she couldn't wait to go. But slowly, heaven started to feel very far. The first time it happened, it was very small. She shared a prayer request at Women's Fellowship, something private, something sacred. A week later, someone repeated it word for word in a conversation that she wasn't a part of. It stung, but she said to herself that maybe it was just a mistake. Then she lost her job. The same church where she once volunteered every single weekend suddenly felt cold. She couldn't afford to come as often as she would want to, the transport fare, the quiet pressure to look okay. Weeks passed, no one called, until one day two members showed up at her door. Not to check up on her, unfortunately, but not to pray with her either, but to pick up the church laptop that she used for the media work. That day, something inside her cracked. Because when people only show up for what you can give, not who you are, it changes something. And when she heard whispers that her misfortune meant that she wasn't praying enough, that one hurt her more than losing the job itself. Then came the breaking point. She opened up to her leader about struggling with depression, the kind that makes even worship songs feel very heavy. And instead of some sort of comfort, she got correction. Don't say that word. They were just telling her to pray harder. And that was it. No help whatsoever. The next Sunday, her dress was still ironed. But you see, Lerato could not move. She just whispered that, maybe it's safer to stay at home. Because people often think that people like Lerato are running from God, but many are actually trying to guard their salvation, protecting the small flicker of faith from the winds of gossip, judgment, and neglect. So before we tell people to come back to church, maybe we should ask, is church still a safe space for them to heal? Let's make the church safe again so people like Lerato can come home without fear.